Hey guys, it's Matty. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm a medical student on the East Coast. And what that means is that most of my days consist of studying, pretty long hours, and then I have tests scattered every few weeks or so. I found that having a morning routine really helps me get the ball rolling every single day. But there are a couple things that you definitely want to include in your morning routine. Things like hydration, some form of exercise, hygiene, mindfulness, and if you have time for it, getting some good healthy calories. So when I wake up in the morning, it's always so tempting to just press that snooze button and catch like 5 more minutes of sleep. But what I've been doing lately is I've been putting my phone just a little bit further from my nightstand. Maybe I'll put it on my desk, and that way it'll force me to actually get up and start my day. So now that I'm up, I'll immediately go to the bathroom and I'll start brushing my teeth. After brushing my teeth, I want to go right into my morning stretch routine. Flexibility has been shown to be a leading protective factor in older patients and older people when it comes to hip fractures and falls. Stretching is an amazing way to wake up your mind and your body. You're bringing oxygen in, waking up those sleepy muscles. I want to target my back muscles, my hamstrings, my calves, my shoulders, and most importantly, my mind. Now after I'm finished stretching, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower. And if you can handle it, I recommend you try taking a cold shower. So cold showers might seem like the last thing that you wanna do, especially in the morning, but there's actually been a good amount of research done that shows why cold showers actually might have a little bit of benefit. One of these papers, which was a study done in the Netherlands, actually found that when you switch from hot showers to cold showers, that people actually improve their productivity and they called into work less often. And there's a lot of current research going on about cold showers, and I think the latest one that I looked at was investigating whether or not cold showers can be used to treat depression, which is pretty cool. And the most commonly reported beneficial effect of cold showers, which I compared across multiple papers, was a perceived increase in energy levels, which they compared to as similar to having coffee in the morning. So basically, cold showers can act as natural coffee before you even have your coffee, so how much more can you get done if you do that? And one final reason why I like taking cold showers is because it's good for your skin and it's good for your hair. So hot showers can actually damage your hair and it can definitely damage your skin. It causes almost an inflammatory-like reaction. It can cause rashes on your skin, itchiness, and dryness. So already, by just those 2 things in the morning, my stretch routine and the cold shower, I've already woken up my body and prepared my mind for productivity. So after I shower, I generally apply a moisturizer all over my body because I have very sensitive skin. So this moisturizing cream by Cetaphil, which I use, is very thick. It keeps my skin moist throughout the day and it's non-fragranted, so it won't irritate my skin. Okay, and the next step for me is to get dressed. And then I'm applying some deodorant. And at this point, I'll head into the kitchen. Now the next step I would do if I was hungry would be breakfast. So I don't always eat breakfast in the morning, mostly just because I'm not very hungry in the morning and I can usually wait out to lunch. But if I'm going to eat breakfast in the morning because I'm anticipating that I won't be able to have lunch at a normal time, or maybe I'll have to skip lunch completely, I like to keep it light and I like to keep it healthy. So here's my breakfast: an avocado, tomato, 2 eggs, and a piece of toast. And the goal here is to get a little bit of every food group. I've got my fats, my carbs, and my proteins. And I actually like to cook my tomatoes alongside my eggs. So tomatoes are a great source of lycopenes, which are an antioxidant. And it's actually interesting because when you cook tomatoes, they actually release more lycopenes. So cooked tomatoes are more nutrient dense than raw tomatoes. There's actually been some science out there, some research that shows that lycopenes have been associated with reduced risk of cancer in the future, which is why I like to cook my tomatoes, just give myself that little extra boost. Now at this point, I'll start heating up water for my coffee or tea. I prefer tea over coffee just because it tastes a lot better to me and it also is a lot easier to prepare, right? You just have to put a tea bag in a glass and it's ready to go. But I know coffee does have a lot more caffeine, so if you need that boost in the morning, coffee would be your alternative. There are a lot of amazing health benefits of both tea and coffee. I think there might be a few more for tea, which I'm not gonna go over in this video, but if you're interested, I can make another video later on describing those. But the reason that I heat up my coffee or tea after my breakfast is made is for one very specific reason, because I like to drink my tea or coffee a little bit later in the day. So for the average person, your cortisol levels spike about 2 or 3 hours after you wake up. For example, if I woke up at 6:30, then your cortisol would spike at 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning. Now you don't want to take caffeine before this point because you won't really reap the full benefits of the caffeine. Your body's naturally going to be most awake at 9 o'clock. So what that means is if you want to reap the full benefits of the caffeine from coffee or tea, you'll want to drink it after your peak, right? You want to drink it while your cortisol levels are dropping. This way it'll resurge and then you'll have more energy. That's why I like to wait a couple hours after I wake up before I drink coffee or tea. And a nice way to do this is invest in a good thermos. So I have mine, it's a Yeti, and it insulates pretty well. It can keep a hot drink hot for hours after I brew it. And I'll be able to bring it with me on my morning commute to school or wherever I'm headed, and I can enjoy it a little later on. And then I usually end up reusing my thermos later in the day for water, so I don't have to carry around 2 water bottles, because I don't really mind the tea water taste. Save some paper, use a thermos so you can enjoy your hot drinks later on after your cortisol levels drop. So while I'm eating breakfast, this is when I'll use my phone to answer emails, check social media, and after breakfast is done, I'll throw my dishes in the dishwasher, and then I'll throw my tea bag away because I don't want it to steep for too long and make it too bitter. And now I'll pack up my lunch if I need to, or if I was really ambitious and I meal prep for the week, then I would have to skip the step. Or if I was ambitious and I did it last night, I wouldn't have to worry about it now either. And finally, if time permits, the last thing I want to do is I want to find a nice spot, probably on my couch or on the floor, and close my eyes and just take a few minutes of mindfulness. I find that taking time to reflect on all the good things, on what's coming up, really sets my mind up for the day. And then I'll review my daily goals that I set up the night before, and I'll put my shoes on and I'm ready to go, out the door. And that's it. That's my morning routine as a medical student. Thanks so much, guys. Take it easy.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Give it a thumbs up because it really helps us out. And if you want to see more, click on the red subscribe button down here or the circle up here.
Check out our website or check out our Instagram, links in the description below. And check out these videos over here. We think you might enjoy them.
And we'll see you next time.